how can the jury worldwide, those 72 communities who are represented here, and the State of Israel, and the ambassadors, and all your staff. I mean, I know that you came and you demanded a special budget, and you wanted to do a real change in Hasbara, or whatever we want to call it. And I have so much hope that things are going to change, but I don't want to start with criticizing the past. I really wanted to hear from you.
Can criticize also the present.
No, I want to hear from you. How are we going to do it better together?
Look, first of all, we are really starting to change the direction, but it's not only it's a heavy ship, but we are preoccupied with current challenges. As you know, they are huge. And the frame is not October 7. We are, for a year and a half, in an historical battle. And what our enemies are trying to do is to eliminate the state of Israel. It must be understood. It's not Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, Houthis. It was something that was said, was clear, it is, it cannot be more explicit when the Houthis put on the flag, death to America, death to Israel, curse on the Jews. Fourth thing is victory for Islam, but anyhow, America is not here in the Middle East, we are here. And we must understand that. What is the context? The context is a battle. We are battling against, and maybe if they began October 7 differently, in a couple of fronts, we were in a much more complicated situation. But we must understand that it is not over. We are in a certain point of this struggle. It is extremely important to finish it with success. We had some successes, significant, but we are not over with that. And we know and we are totally aware what is the impact on Jewish communities around the world. And this anti-Semitism raised its head, and it's raised its head. The fuel is the hope to eliminate Israel. This is the fuel of it. So, yes, we need to do things better in some of the aspects, including our dialogue, including public diplomacy. Foreign ministry was designed, by the way, all over the world, foreign ministries are designed to deal with diplomacy, not with public diplomacy. So it's a huge change to do, and it is to be done from the beginning. Who are the people you take to be, to be the cadets? Because traditionally diplomats are trained to speak with elites, not with the people. It's something very significant, and it's a deep change that we are doing. But we are doing it while the sword is in our one hand. I mean, the ongoing challenges is huge every day.
But you do realize that, for example, the last 2 days we had declarations, I think, of 22 countries blaming Israel for this, blaming Israel for that. One of the key elements in this war is that everybody says we have 7 fronts. We have 8 fronts. We have this front of public diplomacy, and we have this front of so-called good-meaning countries who are telling us what to do, not to do, criticizing us, now already discussing sanctions. I heard yesterday about sanctions, so Spain is calling for sanctions. They're calling...
They implemented sanctions already during this war. When they decided not to send arms, it's sanctions. It's the most problematic sanctions. It's nothing new, by the way. They already,
we had sanctions in
our
48.
best friends, they already implemented sanctions during this war. There was a partial embargo on weapons. It's sanctions. What is it? How would you call it? So, and we have more than 8 fronts, because it's not only public diplomacy front. We have legal warfare front. We have a lot of fronts. We acknowledge that we have a lot of fronts, and we do our utmost in a very complicated situation. And you know, sometimes it is tempting to give up on positions and be for a few minutes popular. But one should be aware. The declaration from yesterday, it is totally connected to an axis that was built previously towards what President Macron planned on June, the unilateral recognition in a Palestinian state, and the ongoing reality is just something to be used in order to push it. By the way, President Macron, during this war, also prohibit Israel from participating in certain exhibitions in Paris. What? It's sanctions. It is sanctions. So, what I want to tell to every country, mainly those who had colonial past, this is a proud nation, an independent nation, fighting on its existence, and we will not get any dictates from outside with regard to our national security. This should be very understood.
In an interview yesterday to Austrian television, I said that what Europeans like most is to go to Jewish memorials to say how sad they are about the Jews killed here and there. What they don't like at all is proud Jews who defend themselves. Minister, you have...
I always said, because I can recall, I was a cabinet secretary during the Second Intifada. The time when we were most popular was during the days of the suicide attacks, when we have 20, 30 casualties in each terror attack. We were very popular. In the minute we entered, we started to defend ourselves and entered to the Palestinian cities and did what we had to do to combat terrorism. We were not popular. And the same is here. We were quite popular on October 7.
But not on October 8.
Yeah. So this also must be considered. It's better to be respected. And first is our security. This is a place when we cannot compromise. And we had certain advices. Let's take one of the advices. We were advised to withdraw, to dismantle settlements. We did it in Gaza Strip. By the way, I voted against it. I had the privilege. But we withdrew to the 67 borders, dismantled all the settlements, dismantled all the military camps in Gaza Strip, even dismantled the graves from the cemeteries there. No excuse for aggression. But then a terror kingdom was built there. until today, very short time historically. I still can recall how much we were popular for 15 minutes after this withdrawal. But what are the consequences? It is we confront the consequences on the ground. So I suggest to do what we have to do, and to do what to take all dimensions into consideration. I invest a lot. I think I spoke this week with, not this week, during the last 2 or 3 days with more than 10 European foreign ministers. I invest a lot. Sometimes you also run very fast only to be in the same place, yeah? But eventually, it is us to be there, to be here with the consequences. And we cannot, we don't have a spare place today to make another mistakes.
But the proud Jews of Israel and the proud Jews of the diaspora are here together. And one of the reasons I wanted to have this conversation is, since we are in it, no matter what we do, no matter what we say, and no matter what we think, we are the same Jewish people. And we in Europe or in the States or in South America or in Australia, they're all here. They want to be a partner. They want to be helping as much as they can. They want to be also sometimes be listened to. We had this debate on far right in Europe. What do we do with them? It's a problem country by country. And the very big problem is it is so heterogeneous. You have 79 countries or 72 countries here. It's 72 different aspects of how Jews live in the diaspora. And we have to be able to speak to our foreign minister, I say our foreign minister, to convey as much information as possible, and then to be a partner and help the local Israeli ambassador wherever we can to defend the one and only Jewish state in the countries where we live. And this is what we are aiming to. Diaspora is not anymore the distant who sends money. Diaspora is completely into it, because what we have been seeing in our community since October 7, it's not to be compared with the disaster here, but it's bad enough. Our kids the mothers are afraid to send the kids to the school. Our elderly people are afraid to go to synagogues. Synagogues in Melbourne or in Toronto are being burned down. There are physical attacks everywhere. And I'm not saying we should fight anti-Semitism. That's our job. What we should really do is we should understand that we are in this fight together. And together means really together.
First of all, Ariel, it is totally understood. We share the same destiny, and last year and a half demonstrated that. But, you know, we are speaking. And on the issue you mentioned, we are speaking. And I hear you. Usually I think we agree, but sometimes we disagree. It happens. I have certain responsibility. We took very seriously when you came with your perception about your country, and sometimes there are also different of opinions in Jewish community itself, like I saw in France and in other communities. But I totally understand that, and I always bear in mind what the Jews in the diaspora will face in each scenario. Don't think we are disconnected from that. And it is very important for me, and I'm very disciplined with that, to meet whenever I'm visiting a country, always to have the time, not only to meet, but to listen to the Jewish community.